So it's just gonna be hopefully a simple tutorial on like a hat in Blender. Usually a hat starts off with a circle. So I'll start with a circle. With Roblox, you can't have over 1,200 vertices. So with a hat, if it's just gonna be like a small little hat, you don't need to really do this. But if it's like a detailed hat, you probably need to put the vertices down because you can't have over 1,200 for Roblox. If you have one, I usually import a dummy, a Roblox dummy. If I can find it, I'll put a link in the description to download one. So first of all, you probably want to move it up to the head, so you can press 1 on your number pad if you have a number pad on your keyboard, or you can just press up here and you can move it around, or you can just click any of these. Now you just put it up the top. Depends where you want to put it. You can put it here and have like a hat going over the head or something. To make it bigger or smaller, you just press S on your keyboard. You can scale it to whatever you want. So you want a super little hat, or you want like a big hat, or you just want to fix up the circle size. Because you want to make sure you're in edit mode, so you press tab and it should give you all these extra options, and you can see all the vertices on the circle. If you want to select it all, you can just tap 1 and press A and it selects it all. And press E. So with E, you can do stuff like this. So you just press E and stuff like this will start going on. Say you want like a super tall top hat, or you want a little bucket hat. You just, I'll just give you an example to make like a triangle hat. You just click to like accept it or something, and you press S, and you can scale it in or whatever you want. You can make it look like that, and you can also press R, and that's rotate. So you can also do stuff like that. And if you want to move it around because you got it wrong, you can always just move it around like this. So you want it like that, you could. I don't know why you'd want to, but you could. And if you don't like what you did, you can always press Control Z, and it undoes what you did. If you want a really tight, or like pointy edge, and you don't want to, like when you do this, you don't want to have a million vertices up here. And usually that leaves like a little thing on top if you do that, and then you go back into object mode. Usually see that it kind of leaves like a little thing on top. So say you don't want that, you can just press make sure you're in edit mode by pressing tab, and you just press delete, and you go to collapse edges and faces, and that should make it one vertice, and it should make it pointy without that thing on the top. And if you want it smooth, depends what you're making, but if you want it smooth and you want it to not have it like edgy, you just right click on it and you just do shade smooth, and look at that, boom. So that's just basics, but I'll show you how to make just like a hat that actually works. So I don't know what to make. We'll make a top hat since they're pretty easy. So top hats, they have like the ring that goes around, and usually I like having my hats low, so I like having them like around here-ish. And if you go to Z, you press tab to go in edit mode, and then E, and then when you want it straight but you want it to go in, I just press E and then click, so you don't move at all, and then you press S and you can scale it in so that it ends up like that. You just press E straight away and put it up, and depends how detailed you want it. You could have it going in a bit, and then up more, and then out a bit. That's out a bit too much. And then there you go, you got a top hat, but you got these holes that you don't like. So what you can always do is you hold Alt and then click on the circle, and it should select the whole circle. You just press F and it fills it in. So we want like a strip, like you know how some top hats have those strips. We can just go out of edit mode into this so that you don't add it to that. And as you can see also that the thing is like invisible when you go into object mode, and that's because it is way too thin. If you can see that. Wait, there you go. Completely invisible. I'll fix that later in a sec. I just want to show you how to do this first. Make it a bit smaller to like there. Go into edit mode, press E, bring it up to, I don't know, here. Scale it in a bit. And press F. And boom, it's filled. So now we got a hat with a little strip going around. Something that looks pretty good. The only bad thing is this little bit here, which is on the bottom, where when you go into that, it makes it invisible. So what you want to do is you want to click on it. You want to go down to this like wrench here. You want to go add modifier, and you want to go down to solidify in the generate, in like the generate option. So you can press solidify, and what that should do is when you go into this now, if you zoom in, it is now like one single pixel long, and then you just go down here and you press apply. And say when you select your thing in edit mode, you can only kind of select one thing and it's pissing you off. What you do is you go back into object mode by pressing tab. You should get rid of all those options. You just select all and you press Control J. What you want to do is press this little red thing down here. Press new. Now for Roblox you can only have one material or else the color doesn't really work. I want to go to image texture down here in text in like the texture column. I'm gonna go open, and you want to choose the image that you want. You can use like Photopea and stuff to put a bunch of images in the same image, so you can only have one material but multiple colors. There are also these like big gradient things you can find. If I go into this one that I've downloaded, and you just go press on this here, this thing, so that you can see the colors when you're looking at it. And if you go to UV editing, so what you can do here is you can press Alt and Shift, and you can just select all of these. And make sure you hold Shift, or else it gets rid of all of them. And the Alt is like, it like selects like a chunk instead of just one dot or one vertice. And we got all that, so we just press on, and you press U and project from view. And see this thing, this is what I was talking about before, like the gradient thing, and it just gives you a whole lot of different colors. Just put that and then A, and then you just go here and you can move it to wherever you want. You can press S to put it down if you want. So what should I do? I'll do this, and then because it's gradient, I'll just put it like that. And if we deselect it and we go back into layout, it should have that as like our hat. I don't mind this because you can just fix that up in a sec. But say we don't like that, you just always press Ctrl Z until it goes back to it. Let's rotate. Boom. And then we deselect and we go to layout, and boom, look, there's our little ring around the hat. Alright, now the other bit of that, we just go, where is it, UV editing. We just select this circle, and this circle, and this circle, and this circle, this circle, and this circle. Alright, there we go, we got it all selected, so we just press U, remember, and you just press project from view. What color do we want the top at? Let's just make it black for now, so you just press A, then S. And we want it black, so we can just make it super duper, uber duper, uber duper, uber small. Then just move it into the black, you deselect it, you go to layout, and boom, look at that. We've got a hat. See how it looks on our character? Say, oh, I want it a bit bigger or something like that. You can just select it, press S. You can make it bigger or smaller. I can make like a really small version and put it on his head. Look at that. It's a mini top hat. But for today, I want to make it a bit bigger and we can put it down lower. Like that. And then boom. There's a top hat. Now we want to make it smooth. So there are two options. One is more complex, so you just go into the wrench thing, you go add modifier, and you go to smooth. But sometimes they can break it like a bit. But you can always mess with these different options and stuff. But usually I just right click and I just press shade smooth. And usually I put on auto smooth and it keeps it like that matte color. And look at that. We've got a really nice looking hat. There you go. Sorry for the Australian accent. With uploading it to like Roblox, you need to get into like a certain program called a UGC program, and it's, I don't know, but for me, it's been really hard to get into. Like, I'm not even in it. There's like a form thing you gotta go through, and there's like 60,000 like people applying a year, and they're all done by real people. Like, they're all moderated by real people, so it won't go quick. And people say it takes weeks or months for them to get back to you, if they even get back to you at all. Anyway, I'll link a Roblox dummy in the description. Thanks for watching. There'll probably be more tutorials on stuff that isn't like hats, but more like Blender. Don't eat my mic! More like, more Blender videos, like videos on Blender and how to do stuff. I am a beginner, so that's probably, if you're like really good at Blender or something and you're watching my video, don't shit on me. I know I'm shit, but yeah. Thanks for watching, and if you would click on any of these videos, I would really appreciate it. Thanks for watching. Bye.